Oh, come on. This isn't funny. It keeps resetting. It won't let me stay where I am. I don't know why it does this. Hello? It is not time for rebellion. It's time to be good. Under me, your monarch. Hello? Welcome. Hello. Making me a moving target. It's so difficult. Like, I have it locked, like, to the screen position. And then when I boot the thing up, it puts me back somewhere else. Whatever. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Monday stream. That's okay, Emily. I hope you have a good night. Safe travels, all of that. I had, like, a day that was not bad, and it took me a whole week to have one of them. So I'm glad things are back to normal. We got off work at a normal time. I had my dinner. I had some leftover pork tenderloin, some green beans, and some potatoes. It was good. And now I'm here. I'm excited to stream. There's gonna be there's an update that just came out for King of the Castle. I'm excited to show it off. So let's just get started. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. My name is Kat. I'm a VTuber, I'm a variety streamer, and I'm a little fella in your computer. I use she, her, they, them pronouns. You can use them interchangeably if you'd like. Zoe says peep, just so you know. Okay. If you like what I do in any capacity, there are a number of things you can do to support the stream. You can watch it. You can tell your friends about it. You can take clips of stuff you find funny. You can share those clips around. You can follow the stream and get access to a bunch of my emotes. You can sub and get access to even more, and you can use them wherever you want. You can cheer with bits. That's always fun. I got some alerts for that. If you really want to support me monetarily, there is a button in my description that says support the stream. You can click on it, and it will take you to a page where you can send me a direct tip. And tips are highly appreciated, but not required of you. Alright, let's get into King of the Castle. Let me turn this music down. Also, throne. Fuck, I have a throne. I put some new stuff on the throne, namely Pikmin 4 and the Pikmin 1 and 2 port for Switch, because I don't have them. I never had them. So, if you want to see me suffer really bad, I hear those games are evil. If you want to subject me to evil, you can go to my throne. Okay. Here we go! I'm gonna turn this music down. See, now I'm over here. Oh my god. Oh my god, here it comes. And now I'm arriving too. Hey man, can you like scoot over a little bit? Just a little bit. There you go. I can scoot over. There. Wait. He is beautiful. Now stay. I'm hitting the lock button. Like, there's a little lock next to your sources. I'm hitting the lock button. And if I don't stay here, next time, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Alright, let me open the game. It starts with K. Like me. I skipped K. There we go. And then wait for it to open. It's thinking about it. That's the wrong source. Yeah. Here it comes. Hold on. There we go. Oh, this can be turned a tad. Okay, so here I can read off the update information. Ahem. So, in this new update, do we have like a blog post I can read? Store page, maybe? Basically, they added a bunch of stuff, so I want to, like, cover it all. Where's the little blog where they have their little updates? You're killing me. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay. Democracy Manifest Update. 3 new schemes for all regions, including a loyalist scheme for winning regions. So, what that means is, let's say one of the regions wins the game. Like, they kill me, and they put their guy on the throne. When we continue the game, that region can elect to help their claimant as their scheme, as opposed to immediately trying to usurp them. So that's pretty cool. Premium players can now choose their region at the start of a new dynasty. This isn't going to happen today, because we're continuing a dynasty, but if I start a new dynasty and you own King of the Castle already and you have a premium, like you're a premium viewer, you can choose which region you're in. And if it's too unbalanced, I can hit a button that auto balances it, so people can't like take advantage of that. 40 new shields. You can make your own shields if you're a premium player. New music has been added, new events have been added, and the UI has been overhauled for readability. Hi, Dude Snack, welcome! I'm just going over what's in the new update. Let's see, the Loyalist Scheme. Why scheme when you can team? If a region wins the game, then in the next reign, they can now opt to support their favored monarch instead of scheming against them. But be careful, voting for the Loyalist option can backfire if you and the monarch start to clash. Uprising. Get the people on your side. The monarch has always been able to win the game by rallying the common folk, but now for the first time the nobles have the same power. In the Uprising scheme, you can stoke a revolution and attack the very foundations of the monarchy itself. Sorcery. Recruit a wizard to your cause. In the sorcery scheme, each region can now bribe a wizard to help them win the throne, and every region has a different wizard available for recruitment. This is the first all-region scheme to offer a completely unique ending depending on which region completes it. I went over premium nobles. When we start a new dynasty, you can choose which team you're on. If they're unbalanced, I can fix it. The screens are now larger and easier to read. New shields, new music, new events, including Jailbreak, a full event chain kicked off when one of your imprisoned nobles breaks out of prison and goes on a classic revenge rampage. Old Leaders, a dynasty event chain centering around the knock-on effects of rebellions from prior reigns. The Rightful Heir, another dynasty event chain, this time featuring the previous monarch's heir coming back to haunt you. And a bunch of smaller new events, including hunting ban repeal, stage fright, shaky foundations, bear death, and fishy heritage. Some quality of life changes have been made, including the fact that players may now change their pronouns after joining on Twitch. So if you join the game, but you made a mistake or you want to change your character's pronoun, you can change them. Premium player banners showing in votes, game over, overview, and the richest noble. That's a new thing. Social buttons on news portal. Oh yeah, I see them. Text for number of nobles in the game, now a button that takes player to noble list. Improvements to the web app for party mode, we're not doing that. And some bug fixes. And, hi D-Wags. The Blue Badger, oh you missed his entrance. When he shows up, when he's summoned, he plays his music. Welcome, welcome. Probably after you seduce the Fish Prince. I didn't seduce the Fish Prince, but, let's continue our game. Last session, I won. Teehee. So now, it's Cat 2's turn. Oh, sorry, that was for Dude's neck. Oh no, I figured. I'm just lamenting over not seducing the Fish Prince. Alright, let's go. Alright, type ! join and your preferred pronoun to enter the game. Alright, I think that's everyone so far. So we'll start, and if you join late, you can join at any time. So don't worry about it. I'm actually gonna pin a message. Actually, I don't think I do have to do that. Okay. And someone last game came up with a great idea. Change your chat color to match your faction. Oh yeah, that is a good idea. I'm not sure how you do that. But do it! Right now we have Aspera in blue and Oopsal Kobolds in blue. Dude's Neck and D-Wags are counts, so you're purple. In mobile, it's under the heat icon, gear icon. Okay. And Gem and B are both Grandies. Oh no, B's bald! Your Majesty, it was an honor to serve your mother, as me. But now it's your time to wear the crown. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Should I get changed into my waterproof robes then? Maybe for the best, your Majesty. Shall we call the nobles in? Okay, this music's actually loud now. Ooh, this is a new option. Okay, so we have host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. It's the hamburger menu. Oh, like the stacked lines. Host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine. This will cost me money and will raise stability. B, proceed with a religious ceremony that honors the ninth god. That raises faith. C, throw the monarch into the river. That raises stability but lowers authority. D, outdated traditions. There's no need for a coronation at all. Well, damn. Let's see. There's certainly something I don't want to happen, but there's like two things I don't want to happen. I will veto this one. I want a party. But what kind of party will you give me? To vote, type !vote and then the letter of your choice. Okay, that's everybody. A big party! Yippee! My money. The coronation is a great success. Jugglers, wine, firework, and feasts. It has an impact on your treasury, of course, but what doesn't? Now that you're a monarch, the first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. How will you meet your fish prince if you don't go into the river? Fair enough. Well, he's married. Introduce yourself to the chiefs of the north. Good luck in the days ahead, your majesty. You'll need it dealing with us lot. An honor to finally make your acquaintance, your highness. I was dismayed to hear of your mother's passing. Yeah, I, ruled for 15 years. That's not very long. May the ninth god bless your reign, your majesty. I trust that you will conduct yourself with honor and faith. Nice beard, Jim. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue. Is this what your mother fought so hard for? Maybe. Your majesty, you have some big boots to fill. And with your mother out of the picture, nobles will be looking for any opportunity to replace you. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Oh, I'm sorry, Joe. Well, it's good to have you here anyway. I think my child would want to be a peacekeeper. An admirable aim. I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's stability as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I'll return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, your majesty. Hooray! Zigana of the Dutesneck dynasty, powerful eastern bird breeder, leans delicately on a podium, sighing. Oh yeah, you can join at any time, Joe. I figured you had to leave at some point, if that was the reason. Oh, you bought the thing? Awesome. My fellow counts, in ancient times the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false monarch Cat 2 wears the crown. How do we want... counts? How do you want to kill me? Or take over the throne? You can use A, sorcery, B, subterfuge, or C, a blood ritual. And I think only D-Wags and Dutesneck can vote. Okay, so it's a tie. So I think... Okay, it's random. One noble voted for sorcery. The counts plan to make a bargain with the wizard. These immortal spellcasters seldom get involved in political squabbles, but perhaps if the monarchy was considered a threat to their autonomy. To advance their scheme, the counts must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons. So right now, it's at 6. You did it. Unless I do something silly. Cardosa of the Strategist 9 lineage, infamous southern mischief maker, stands bathed in sunshine, ranting in a fury. A false pretender occupies the throne while my claim is ignored, Grandees of the South. This is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Grandees, so B and Gem, what scheme should you pursue to overthrow the new monarch? Intimidation, uprising, or fervor? Okay, raise stability. Damn, that's my goal too. Smart. The Grandees plan to hold the monarch hostage in their own palace. First, they must lull the spy master into a false sense of security. To advance their scheme, the Grandees must raise stability to 5 or more in 4 seasons. Used intimidation and lowered your attack by 1 value. No! Bjarn of the Uppsal Kobolds clan, eccentric northern god speaker, stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, droning as if in a trance. Chiefs of the North! We all know I should be on the throne, not this imposter monarch cat too. That makes me sound like a film. How do we make that happen? Alright, chiefs, would you like to use a doppelganger, prophecy, or the hornblower to get me off the throne? Okay, it's random between A and B. A, a doppelganger. Chiefs plan to swap their monarch for a perfect... It's so hard to read. For a perfect doppelganger. First, they must gain the trust of the spy master. To advance their scheme, the chiefs must keep defiance at 4 or less in 4 seasons. Hi, Sin.jpg. Welcome to the stream. If you want to play along, just type join or ! join and then the pronoun of your choice. He, she, or they. Okay. You're in a call and Matto is being loud. Oh no! Matto, shut up. Oh! Sorry, I recognize you now. I'm so sorry. I was like, who is this? Welcome. Also, I'm sorry Matto's being loud. I was like, okay, be normal. Imagine a Kirby icon. Yeah. I'm like, imagine a person who goes by Sin.jpg online. He needs to stop. When I was like joining in yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, or Friday? Yeah, it was Friday. He just kept gambling and then being like, oh, I'm 10,000 down. And then like in a couple more minutes, but I'm 20,000 up. And like just not stop. Yeah, I saw there's like a 200,000K pool on slots. That's insane. I have an addictive personality, so I try to stay away from gambling, but I did like stare at the river coin pusher for a couple of hours. Let's see. I think I'll do Iron Choice. None of these are very good. Bankruptcy. The treasury is almost empty, Your Highness. Where the hell did it all go? I couldn't possibly say, Your Majesty. Perhaps you'd been spending a little too freely. Now, gravy boat. Yeah, I drew the gravy boat. We're not printing money! I had to look up a gravy boat because the first thing I drew was like an Aladdin magic lamp. If you could get a bank loan, or sell the crown jewels, or perhaps crack open some of your predecessors' tombs. Most were buried with piles of gold, or so I've heard. I'm not doing this. I'm not printing money. We could take a loan. Grave robbing pog. Oh, but the Defiant. Actually, they want to keep that low. Let's crack open some tombs. That buried gold isn't doing anyone any good, is it? Time to desecrate some graves. You order the royal mausoleums dug into and looted. The result is quite a bounty. Gold masks, heaps of coins, precious jewels. Oh yeah, if you want to like join the game, don't take. Oh, I mentioned that. I'm sorry. Stability is now stable. I'm covering it. Maybe I should go over there. Hang on. Just for today. No, that's too small. Zoe dumped my water? Why? I didn't do nothing. No. I don't like being over here. No. Hello? I'm back. Oh shit. Badgie? Badgie? Here. Okay. Yeah, you got a twofer. How about that? Let's not have that happen again, okay? Note to self, don't hit Control Z a bunch of times, because a bad thing happens. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Zoe knocked over my water. A cat. Just control Wyatt. One evening, you're sitting up in bed reading some paperwork. Oh shit, the ads are gonna start again because I just started a stream. Hang on. One evening, while you're sitting up in bed reading some paperwork, when a filth-encrusted peasant wanders into your bedchamber as bold as brass. Hello, your Madge! Glad I finally found you. This bloody place is a maze. Mind if I take a seat? Guards! Guards! But your palace watch are nowhere to be seen, despite you yelling yourself hoarse. Listen, I've got a bloody great idea for you. I'm not even gonna try an accent. This is stupid. What if we chop the legs off horses and replace them with wheels? Boom! Faster transport. Before the peasant can explain further, your marshal bursts into the bedchamber. Try the high maidens. Join the game. Marshal bursts into the bedchamber, sword drawn. Your Majesty, I'm sorry I didn't come sooner. I had no idea where the palace watch are. Do you want me to kill this intruder? No, just kick him out. Arms behind your back, scumbag. The peasant is dragged from your bedchamber, still babbling about horse wheels. When the marshal returns, she looks grim. If one thing's clear from this mess, it's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe. Not like the pathetic watch. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. Who do I want? I liked having the nuns last time, so I think I'm gonna do that. Feline problem rectified. Her water fountain was running low and was making scary noises. You know what, Badgie? I have a place for you. Get a little smaller. Flip you around. Look at that. Oh, I can move him over a little so he's not blocking. Look, it's perfect! Look, it's perfect! That way he's not taking up too much of the screen over here. The battle nuns arrive in the palace a few weeks later. They nod to you silently, their solemn steel mask betraying nothing, before filing into formation behind your throne. Sorry, I can't try the accent. We kicked that guy out. Missing nobles. Your Highness, a number of grandees have gone missing in the east. They traveled to Countess Dusnek II's castle to negotiate a trade agreement, but they should have returned weeks ago. The missing grandees never made it to my lands. They most likely got lost. The east is a dangerous place. Who's gone missing? Anyone I care about? 3 grandees are missing. Serafina, Peppy, and Grandee Volkencheks. Oh no, I do care! Just north of my estate lies the Mold Panner Forest. To the west, the Twilight Lakeland. And to the south, Ilarian's Haunt. I like to live remotely. Does wonders for the soul. I'm certain that this is some kind of ploy by Countess Dusnek II. In a few months' time, she'll quietly offer us a ransom. Drakov's bones, don't be so foolish. We'll find them. We just have to decide where to focus our efforts. Okay. Hang on, let me snooze this ad. Where should Countess Dusnek II look for the missing grandees? A. The Mold Panner Forest. B. The Twilight Lakeland. C. The Ilarion's Haunt. Or D. Nowhere. Countess Dusnek II will instead be executed for abducting them. I don't think we should do that one. Or should we? No, they want to raise my authority. Vote! Lakeland shopping is a nightmare. Alright, well, one more vote is not going to change this outcome. The Twilight Lakeland. Detachment of elite trackers are sent over the vast lakeland to search for Volkencheks and the other grandees. But they turn up nothing. Nothing to do with the missing nobles, anyway. Your Majesty, you'll never guess what we found. It's not Grandee Volkencheks, but it's just as exciting. Perhaps more. It's the fabled Melancholy Lake, the very same one in which Queen Sashara drowned herself after her sons were murdered. How exquisitely cultural. Verily, how wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Defiance is now grumbling. Grandee Volkencheks has died. Volkencheks too has joined the council. Okay, so on that note, I'm gonna go to an ad. Listen, if we had the military, we could protect our land. I'm gonna go to an ad to get this banner out of the way. I'll see you in 3 minutes. Bye-bye. Okay, we should be cleared out for an hour. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Let's end the season. It's time to bid all of your money! Okay. For auction today, we have an observatory, which will lower faith for the chiefs. A thieves guild, which will lower trade for the chiefs, not the thieves. Thieves guild. Hi, scheming. Feel free to join the game if you want. With exclamation point join, and your preferred pronoun. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna make that a pin post. Go. Not going to join tonight. Feeling kind of distant lately because I've been busy with stuff around the place, but it's nice. Oh, yeah, that's no problem. Don't worry about it. I hope you feel better and enjoy your stay and have a chance to get cozy. There's a deer park for the counts. That's C. It'll lower the counts' farming stat. A monument, which will raise authority for the crown. It's warm outside, so I'm going to be as active as long as it's fine outside. That's a good idea. It's been crazy hot lately, so I haven't wanted to go outside. The grandees can build a cathedral, which will raise their faith, or a library, which will raise their stability. Now I'm going to start the auction. You can type exclamation point fund X, where X is the character code, so A through F, and Y, which is the amount that you're pledging. Go. Get the library. Who said that? We got some money going for the monument. I mean, yeah, that helps you, but it also helps me a little. I don't know, that observatory looks like it's got a telescope. You can look at the stars and the planets. Ooh, subterfuge. You got the library and the thieves guild. So the monument was moved. We're not getting it. My authority stays where it is. My stability goes up, which helps the grandees. Good play. Finding a spouse. I've got an idea for what I want to do. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference? Men, women, or do you not mind? I'm not interested in love. Are you sure, Your Majesty? Nobles would be most upset. Surely it behooves you not to look at some options. My mind is made up. Very well, Your Majesty. We shall speak no more of marriage. But, Your Majesty, may I ask why you refuse to marry? Marriage would weigh me down. I want a party. I see. Far be it for me to question my monarch. Good luck in the days ahead. You'll need it. Everyone's mad at me. Party monarch. Catch me with my royal red solo cup. That lake we discovered is, beyond all doubt, the final resting place of Queen Sashara the Melancholy. She drowned herself after your ancestor, King Arl the Great, killed her sons. This is a very important cultural discovery, you understand. Pilgrims have already turned up from all across the east. A number of poems have been composed. Countess Dusnek II's wealth has increased, and faith can't go lower. I thought you might want to get involved. Perhaps spare some of your treasury to fund some cultural events? Oh, no. No. You could excavate the lake bed and search for Queen Sashara's remains. There's a 60% chance of that working. B, hold a festival and a poetry competition. Or D, leave the lake alone. Well, I don't want to leave the lake alone. So vote. Yeah, I love that they made the percentage bigger. The UI has really... I mean, so far, this is kind of the only thing I've noticed that's been, like, really helpful, but maybe there'll be other things. Alright, voting's done. Or it's done to a point where it's done. Like, can't be changed. Great idea, Your Majesty. I'll have my peasants put up the bunting. Barely a few weeks later, you're arriving at the Melancholy Lake for a weekend of very Eastern festivities, including silent singing, solemn staring, competitive grieving, and of course, poetry reading. No one minds that a group of grandees went missing here just a few months ago. What about these poems, then? Yes, the competition is about to begin. The first one's by Count D. Wags 789. Ahem. Melancholy Lake, beloved gray resting place, waters ever still. It's a haiku. You really captured how I feel about this place. Moving on, this one is one of my very own. There once was a beautiful queen, who was lovely and tall and not too mean. But then she lost her sons, and so off she run. This limerick sucks. You got the you have the rhythm all wrong. And now she's nowhere to be seen. That's a limerick, if you weren't aware. Limerick, who's that? I believe it's a place, actually, somewhere out west in Elrusia, probably. Finally, this last one was entered by Esperaticat from the north. Cloak-clad counts, a tired old monarch, babbling on about a lake. Makes me want to throw myself off the nearest landmark. It's all I can do to stay awake. The best one yet, somehow. As monarch, you have the honor of crowning a winner. Oh, I do? Oh. Read Blank's poem to me again, will you? The limerick was bad. The haiku was good. Okay, I know. Yeah. The haiku. The other counts congratulate D-Wags 789 with a chorus of soft, near-silent clapping. For them, it's practically a whooping cheer. In the end, the festival is a great success for the counts, bringing in travelers and money from all across the region to take part. The money. Fashion is cyclical, Your Greatness. An old trend has returned and has swept through the north. Bees! Bees! In jewelry, Your Majesty, the buzzing insects can be found trapped in golden tree sap. My northern artisans use these to adorn necklaces and rings, shining like little gemstones. But my artisans can't keep up with demand, and a glorious trade opportunity slips through my fingers. Our fingers. Bees? The little buzzy things, Your Majesty. Their population in the north is dwindling, but you can help. Encourage farmers to focus on beekeeping. They keep the honey. I only ask for the bees lost each harvest. How about wasps? Wasps are cheaper than bees, but I promise you, people will notice the difference. Wasp jewelry is just creepy. Very well. I'll put the matter to the council. Thank you, Your Greatness. What should be done to address the lack of bees for jewelry in the north? A. Approve subsidies for beekeeping. B. Mandate that all farms in the north keep at least one beehive. C. Force a new fashion trend itself instead. There's a 70% chance that'll work. I'm Mary Cheesy. Welcome, welcome. Looks like you've been assigned to the chiefs. D. Wasps! 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 I kind of want to see what this does. Vote! Wasps! Wasps! Wasps is A, one of the most difficult things I've ever had to say, and B, looks sucks. Looks pretty sucks if you look at the numbers. Alright, looks like we're done. It looks like it sounds like you're saying pss, pss, pss to a cat or something. It's the SPS. It's hard for me to say. Wasps. 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 Zoe did look up. My daughter. The farmers of the north accept your coin. They see this as meddling, but times are hard. Soon the sound of buzzing can be heard across the north. As a result, Chief Upsal Kobold makes a fortune selling amber jewelry to their fellow chiefs. Upsal Kobold's wealth has increased by 750, and trade is now wealthy. Hooray! Man, bees make bank. No, I make honey. In the east, Count D-Wag 789 stands on the ramparts of his castle, watching a flock of bats pass before the moon. Suddenly, the bats swirl down and begin to merge, coalescing into a black-clad figure. Suitably dramatic, I trust. Oh, it's this. Come on, not the plague guy, lady. Batman. Now, why did you want to meet me? If this isn't good, I'll give you a case of boils so hideous, you'll make your own mother disown you. I thought we might have a common goal. The monarch has been overstepping their bounds lately, haven't they? Well, the Monarch's Watch did order a quarantine recently, killed off a highly unique strain that I would have enjoyed watching sweep the populace. Fine, I'll help, if you take care of the bees for me. Did you say bees? Yes, on this plane they're simple insects, but in the apiary, world of dreams and magic, they're powerful and intelligent, call themselves the dreams of being. They have an innate fondness for royalty, and sometimes they protect monarchs from magical interference. But they won't harm non-magical folk, beyond the occasional sting, so you can deal with it. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower all regions' combined farming to 14 or less in 4 seasons. Right now, the combined farming for all regions is 18. Hi, Decumite. Welcome. Looks like you've been placed in the Grandies. Let's see. I don't think I can afford to bribe more than one person. Tax. I don't want to tax anyone too bad. Because, like, they could rebel soon. I would rather not have that happen. So, I think just a straight off tax. Fine. Okay. Hi, Berserker Zhang. Hello. Welcome on in, everybody. Looks like you've been put into the counts. Nice, we're all even. You're enjoying a peaceful breakfast when the Archbishop barges into your dining hall waving a scrap of paper. Your Majesty, this is an outrage. This was nailed to the door of the cathedral this morning by some two-bit priest called Smote Lemongrave. Great name. It's short for, may I be smote by the ninth if I ever prove unworthy. A religious family, the Lemongraves. Anyway, his name is not important. This is an essay decrying the church, making all sorts of fantastical accusations. By the way, for the new joins, you can change your name color to correspond with your— Yes! If you're on mobile, you can hit the little sandwich-looking icon, the dots or the lines, depending on who you are. And you can change your name, so I can tell at a glance who's in what. And it's like immersion. You don't have to, but it's fun. What exactly are his issues? He claims that we're corrupt just because we're selling premium tickets to a cushy afterlife at 100 gold a pop. That sounds like Catholicism! And he wants the church to officially change the fourth sentence of page 118 of the Holy Book so that it forbids selfishness instead of elfishness. He claims it's a typo, just because elves aren't real. He even criticizes my hat, says it's a bit much. How dare he? Smells like heresy to me, Your Majesty. I can have a pyre built in the city square before noon. What should be done about this troublesome priest and his criticisms of the church? No, yeah, they are indulgences of the Dobby Pussy variety. It sounds like a Martin Luther situation. And I don't want to destroy the guy. Wait. Track down Smote Lemongrave and have him burned at the stake. I don't want that. Whatever be it, I'm just trying to destroy the heretical missive and leave it at that. I don't know what missive means. But it has a 10% chance of working based on faith. And C, the church should address these concerns. Vote! It means note or letter. Oh, just destroy the letter. Okay. I mean, that doesn't... it doesn't seem like it'll do anything. But okay. I don't want to have Mr. Lemons burned, though. He didn't do anything to me. Any more chief votes? Looks like there's 2 missing. Oh, yo, I can search in here? That's awesome. I'm closing the door. In 3, 2, 1. The letter is tossed into a nearby fireplace and quickly burns to ash. Unfortunately, the new fangled printing press means that Smote's words are not so easily destroyed. A splinter faction— Oh, right! We invented the fucking printing press last game! A splinter faction of the church churns out thousands of copies of the so-called Lemon Grave Missive. Soon there are widespread riots across the kingdom, and the church is widely scorned as venal and corrupt. Venal? Venal? Faith is down for a lot of folks. Stability is not looking good. This simply can't go on, Your Majesty. These archboffins think they know everything, but they know nothing of the Ninth God's wrath. Please, Your Majesty, we found a perfect site for an observatory, high in the southern hills. But it's on Grandi Decumite VIII's land, and he refuses to let us build there. Such things are heresy. The stars are just as big and close as the Ninth God intended. Who put you up to this idea, Bet it was one of those counts, like Berserker saying. Should the scholars be allowed to build an observatory on Decumite VIII's lands? A. Construct the observatory. Has an 80% chance of working. B. Find a different site for the observatory. C. Forbid the construction of the observatory. D. Forbid construction and investigate the scholars' funding. I like the observatory. Vote. I like stars and learning. We love learning here. Decumite's like, no! Get off my land. We're looking for my land! We're looking pretty insurmountable here. Ah! I failed! But 80% is such a good Pokemon rules. 90% and below is may as well be 50%. Construction goes ahead despite Grandi Decumite VIII's misgivings, which are soon validated. That's XCOM, baby. They're mad. They're mad at me. A gang of local peasants, emboldened by religious zeal, storm the observatory and burn it down before it's even finished. No. Stability is down! We gotta raise it, baby! Decumite VIII's inability to find the perpetrators is very convenient, but you can't prove anything. Stop the presses! Your Majesty, some annoying firebrand in the south is spreading most inflammatory pamphlets. They're casting aspersions against you. It's that damn printing press. Yes, Your Highness, but something's different this time. They're not just calling you a bad monarch, they're criticizing the very concept of a monarchy. This is republicanism! And not in Kurth, but in our very own kingdom. What should we do? A. Track down the printer's response. None of these are gonna fucking work. Anyone carrying a pamphlet shall be killed on the spot. Forbid the use of printing presses altogether. Allow the pamphlets to circulate. What? But no! I don't like any of these! Grandi's. Deal with it! Grandi's, come on. Please don't burn down the observatory I never wanted. I don't like... These are all so bad. No! Did Deku? Oh, Deku's. Your name is purple, but you're a Grandie. Okay. We need Berserker. Oopsal Cobalt. No. And Mary Cheesy. I'll give you a couple more seconds. Get in before I close the door. That was looking pretty bad. 3, 2, 1. Yes, that's better. You didn't have to, but it's for the immersion. But we must do something. You expect us to let the common folk attack the very foundations of our society? Thanks to your permissive attitude, the South quickly becomes a haven for radical thought. Field Blue Badger is chieftain mascot. He's blue. I guess. Intellectuals travel from across Celestath to debate politics and philosophy. Conversation, wine, and money flow in equal measure. For the first time, people across the kingdom seriously contemplate the idea of a republic. But for now, it remains a fringe faction of rabble-rousers and radicals. Help! Oh god, thank god. Call for unity. Get rid of Monarch's Iron Choice. That. Okay. What is this? I can't see it. The North. Oh, the bees. The North has taken to beekeeping like bees to a flower. Crops are bountiful, and fields are blooming. There have been festivals with much dancing and merriment. Well, fantastic. No. The church is worried. The farm folk are besieged by nightmares, all involving bees. It has made them superstitious, and they are losing faith in your greatness. Wait, the North's farms have improved beyond measure, and there's widespread happiness like never before. For some reason, the church wishes to burn our hives. I have to let them burn something. Wait, what? It must be done. Our churches lie empty on holy days, for the peasants of the North now worship only the harvest. They pray to their hives instead of the 9th. That's whatever. Your Majesty, please. The peasants have full bellies and joyful smiles. This is what the church would burn, your greatness. Liar. My priests report that your peasants complain of night horrors and insomnia. Something evil is happening in the North. What do we do? A. Spare the bees. B. More bees. Fund more bees. C. Burn the hives. I'm sure we can all come together on this. Wasps! 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 Bees for everyone! Wait, why are we burning them? But the bees! We need some more votes or else it's a tie and I get to pick which one wins. Okay. Not like that. Well, I got more stability. You said vote. I did. Not the bees! Not the bees! No! By the way, what is your monarch trying to be remembered for? Stability. And you order the farmers to burn their hives. When they refuse, you send your soldiers to enforce the decree. Brownie face. The true believers. Your Majesty, the followers of Smote Levengrave are only growing more powerful. They're doing a great job. Bad things keep happening to me. Now they're calling themselves the United Separatist Church of Radical Reformation and True Belief. Or the True Believers for short, thank God. What do you expect me to do about it? Do something! It's those accursed printing presses. They're spreading pamphlets across the kingdom faster than we can confiscate them. Even some of my priests are being convinced. What can we do? They want to get rid of me! And my hat! What should be done about the true believers criticizing the church? A. Have them all burned at the stake. There's a 10% chance that'll work. B. Forbid the use of printing presses altogether. C. Allow the pamphlets to circulate. D. Fight fire with fire. Print counter pamphlets. Well, Gary. I can veto something, but, like, all of these are bad. This is not going to turn out well. Are some of the effects of the choices blocked by chat boxes? That is not you, that is me. Hang on. I will try to fix it. Here. Now you're tiny. Now you should be able to see everything. Besides my ears are covering up this thing on the bottom. But we should be good. Thanks, I can see it. Yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, I have to start the vote. I'm sorry. I got distracted. Oh, it looks like we're doing counter pamphlets. Politics time, baby. You're right. The church has its own printing press. We should be using them. A full-blown pamphlet war erupts. Lakes of ink and mountains of paper are wasted on shrill denunciations of the opposition. The true believers accuse the church of corruption and selfishness, while the church accuses the true believers of heresy and elfishness, and so on. In the end, the church's arguments win out. Everyone believes that the true believers have a point, but the common folk aren't interested in disrupting the status quo. I win. The surviving true believers sail off over the eastern horizon, apparently searching for sanctuary in the distant land of Chur. Yay! Good thing you'll not have to worry about them anymore. Hooray! Your Majesty, I was just going through the history books and found the most interesting tidbit. During the reign of Queen Aga, the kingdom held a huge parade in honor of all the regions coming together. It was called the Day of Kinship, and was quite the party. A festival, you say? Lots of drinking and dancing? Yes, but it wasn't just about that. With all the visitors who came to the capital, the city flourished. I hear it made things much more harmonious across the kingdom, too. I suggest we reinstate the Day of Kinship. I never need a reason for a party. Let's do it. Wonderful, Your Majesty. Question is, how much money do you want to spend on the Day of Kinship? I'm sure nobles will have opinions on the subject. Well, it doesn't matter if you have opinions, does it? what they'll vote for. Man, this would have been a great time for a call to unity. Donate to our poor queen. Oh my god! String Elements bot, you bastard! I'm sorry. I don't know why it did that. Oh, it's because you said donate. I'm like, who the hell is, like, peddling for money? Stop! Anyway, Cheapo Parade. It's like when the McElroys made that tarantula float. Come on! The treasurer nods, scribbling down notes. I'm sure we can stretch to some music and a few living statues, Your Majesty. The two of them leave deep in conversation. Soon, word of the Day of Kinship spreads all across the kingdom. Some are unimpressed by about how little you're planning to spend, but that's the price of good sense. You're freed up now. Oh man, get in here, maidens! Woo! You're a chief. What are you doing? Splatooning? Getting your win per day? In the south, beneath the scorching sun, Grandy Strategist 9 strolls through his vineyard, in the company of a few close friends. I bring ill tidings. The spy master is still watching us like a viper watches its eggs. How am I killing the queen, fellow chiefs? Your goal is to lower your defiance, I think. You want the lowest defiance. And, you don't have it. I've made sure of that. Hi, Nello. Oh, it's just, join he. I bring ill tidings. Oh yeah, I watched that. Already said that. A viper is a creature cursed by the ninth. It is befitting to compare the wretched spy master to such a beast. But I have no desire to be compared to an egg. As far as the spy master is concerned, we must be about as threatening as eggs. One day we shall hatch into the monarch's worst nightmare. The Grandy's aim is to raise stability to 5 or more. Up in the north, Chief Upsal Kobolds is hosting a grand feast at their clan hall. What a bloody disaster of a year. Not only are we clashing with the monarch on a daily basis, our relationship is the worst in the entire kingdom. We have highest defiance, maybe we should aim for a rebellion instead. But that would be nice. That would be nice. The spy master will never trust us at this rate. Ugh. How goes the search for the lookalike? Not well. The best I found is a peasant with the wrong shaped nose, the wrong colored eyes, and a wooden leg. Don't let that discourage you. Keep searching. Our doppelganger is out there. I'm sure of it. The chief's aim is to be the region with the lowest defiance. Warning. The monarch currently has no heir. No game! No game! And all the counts have to do is lower farming by 6. Yeah, the counts need the total farming to be under 14. And right now it is 20. Or 14 or less. So yeah. Well, the chiefs can rebel. But not the rest of you. And I'm pretty sure 2 of you aren't here. So it's gonna be hard to get that vote. Haha! You need 3 votes! Haha! Your Majesty, the Day of Kinship has arrived. Today the regions will come together to honor the achievements of Queen Aga the Reconciliator. This will be the best festival the capital has ever seen. Absolutely, Your Majesty. How do we even vote to rebel? You type !rebel. Visitors gather in dribs and drabs, waiting for the parade to begin. It's a bit of a wretched turnout. Your float awaits, Your Majesty. Watch your step there. It's a bit rickety. You ascend the steps to your parade float. It's as tall as a small cottage and wider than an elephant. 10 horses wait at the ready to pull it forward. You choose to build a statue of my predecessors. You can vote during the season. So, it's gonna tally those, like, behind the scenes. Upon the float stands models of your ancestors bearing symbols of their reigns, swords, scepters, and books. Take your place in the front. The horses drive forward and the crowd roars in excitement, clapping and cheering and throwing rose petals. You get used to this. As you make your way around the capital, the other floats follow in your wake. Nello Chaos and several other chiefs stand atop a model mountain on the northern float, dressed in ceremonial kilts. An effigy of an ice giant towers over them, glaring at the crowd. Upon the eastern float sits a model of the Black Spire, the tower originally built by Queen Genya. Berserker Zhang and the other caped counts stand around it, each holding a flaming torch. None of them look particularly festive. On the southern float, a mobile temple laden with flowers. Several grandees lounge on gilded sofas as Deku might ate. Shadow duels with a ceremonial rapier that whooshes impressively. By the time your parade reaches the lush gardens of St. Serenia's Park, it's sunset. Towering bonfires banish the dusk. Very jolly, eh, Your Majesty? The Chancellor's been looking forward to this for weeks. Can I get you a drink? Just the one, thanks. She brings you back a flagon of mead. Cheers! What is it? What now, Your Majesty? The night's young. Go dancing. Oh, it's the monarch. Hello, Your Majesty. You join the dancing nobles and peasants. The musicians strike up a new tune, a real crowd pleaser. Find someone to flirt with. I don't want my authority to go down. I'll dance a little and then I'll go home. You say your goodbyes and make your way back to the royal palace, music still ringing in your ears. It takes a long time for the street cleaners to clear up the capital. The day of kinship is a resounding success. Get down on the dance floor. I still have sensory deprivation. Perception disorder. I get really overwhelmed at a party. And again, that is my child and not me. They probably have all of my problems. No, don't rebel. Your Majesty, we didn't send a strong enough force to burn the hives in the north. We just fielded a few dozen soldiers into hostile terrain against hundreds of peasants. I didn't expect them to fight back. Uh-oh. What's the best way to overwhelm the peasants' resistance and burn the hives in the north? I don't know. What do you think? What do you think we should do? It's nice to not have money sometimes, because then you can just, like, eliminate entire options. That's a strat. Just be poor. Just be poor. Just be poor. You can just be poor, and then there's just stuff you can't do. You muster the Norse military and send them to the farms. Soon the hives are aflame. You toss and turn that night, your dreams plagued by screaming faces and golden tongues, horrific visions of blood and fire and smoke. Then it's all gone, and you dream of ash floating in the wind. The next night, you sleep peacefully. Farming is now fruitful. Faith is now skeptical. Defiance is now enraged. Tee. Help! You guys need one more boat. Oh. Well, now you just vote. Or now you just do it. Oh no! Let's see, Maidens rebelled. Espera rebelled. You need a third person. And... why do you have 5? Okay, well 2 of these people, like, have been kind of missing. So, it would take another vote. Your Highness, a bard who calls herself the Songstress has been making waves in the south. Her performances are attracting huge crowds, so huge that there have been brawls and stampedes as people push closer to the stage. There have been no deaths yet, but it's only a matter of time. With every concert, the riots get worse. What can we do to nip this in the bud? I don't know. We can ban her from performing, ensure her shows have adequate security, invite her to the palace for a private show, or this isn't a matter for the council's attention. Get out of the way so you can see numbers. You spelled vote. Okay, you got it. Gotta sneeze, hang on. Well, I like the way the voting's been going, so I'm just gonna say you're done. By the 9th, instead of stopping this madness, we reward it? So we only have 2 actively participating chiefs then? It appears so. I'm sorry. At least that kind of balances it a little. Instead of stopping this madness, we reward it? Chancellor extends an invitation to the songstress for a performance in your palace. It is graciously accepted. Can't wait to see what all the fuss is about. It's my fault for being boring, I guess. Our plans are going better than expected. The spy master thinks all is well as in the kingdom. While the cat's away, I shall play. Please don't dishonor me by comparing me to a mouse. Speak plainly, or not at all. It'll be 1 before long when I need sleep. No! I apologize, my friend. In plain terms, then. Our next step is to replace the palace watch with our own agents. We already control the honor guard. If we can buy the loyalty of the watch, we'll have complete control of the palace. For the next stage of their scheme, the grandees must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 2 seats. Oh, shit. Oh, no! Well, it's time for an auction. We got a grand bazaar, which raises trade for the chiefs. Smells like pour in here. Help! A library, which raises stability. A deer park, which lowers farming for the counts. A thieves guild, which lowers trade for the counts. An observatory, which lowers faith for the grandees. And a stadium, which lowers military for the grandees. All of these kind of suck, I won't lie. Anyway, get voting. Get auctioning. Or bidding, rather. right after I talked about the, like, benefits of being poor. Sucks. Save your money for what? There's a rebellion. What are you gonna need it for? Coffin? Retirement, ha. Ha. If I just played Fall Guys. To bribe our way off the sinking Titanic. I don't think Nello can hear you. It says you're in rebellion. Like, I think you got it because your defiance went up. So it lowered the threshold you needed to vote for it. Yeah, it says rebels. You're in rebellion. The grannies they can, if they want to. The first side to earn 5 victory points will win. Victory points are earned through events. If rebels are victorious, the monarch is overthrown. Frowny face. At long last, the chiefs have reached their boiling point. You were confronted in your throne room by Chief Sleepy Sprout ZZZ, his tattoos seeming to shift in the light of the braziers. The chiefs of the north will rip that false crown from your head and stomp it into the mud. We will be fighting for glory, for honor, and for Bjarn, the true king. Okay. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other, we'll be on the battlefield. And for bees... one day I'll see your head in a spike. Tee. Ah! There will be many heads on spikes before this war is over. Mine will not be among them. You know what I'm like, Jem. Me and my tattoos. Chief Sleepy Sprout ZZZ strides from your throne room without looking back. Didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances against the rebels? The chiefs are formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade any other regions to join their rebellion. That would be disastrous. How did things get this bad? Leader of the rebellion is Chief Esperatacat. As reason for the uprising, she's citing your past transgressions, mainly your greedy plundering of the royal tombs. Is it too late to apologize? It is. Now's the time for swords, not words. So this is it? Civil war? That's right, Your Majesty. The kingdom is divided. There will be a lot of death and suffering before this is all over. I can't wait! I'll go dig out the trebuchets. Strike. Ah! Too long have those bastards in the Crownlands held us down. Too long have they called us heathens and mocked our way of life. Aye! Now's the time to take up our axes and fight back. Morgana is with us. We'll burn their churches and string up their lying priests. Aye! Now I ask you, brave chiefs of the Free North, where will we strike first? We can launch a preemptive strike against the Counts to cripple their military capabilities. If we suspect the Grandees may join our cause, we can call them to war. They'll be more likely to join us if the monarch's authority is low. Or finally, we could send off an assassin to nip this in the bud. Dishonorable, of course, but convenient. Chiefs, get voting. A, can launch a strike on the Counts, has a 90% chance of working. B, call upon the Grandees, has an 80% chance of working. C, send an assassin after the monarch, that's gonna cost you 750 wealth. Only chiefs can vote. Hey! It's not... Have you no honor? You're just gonna send a hitman after me? You wanna get a vote in, maidens? You cash. What's the benefit to an alliance? If the rebels join up, you two, like, you'll vote for who gets the crown between your claimants. It would also probably be easier. Why am I telling you that? If you join up, you'll both burn in hell. How about that? You'll both fall into a pit, be eaten by bees. I can't help it. I just want Cat dead for wanting me in hell? Come on! I can't say nice. I try to be nice. And nobody likes it. So now I have to be mean. Okay? Like, you... Pretty soon I'm gonna close the vote. Those are the souls of the fall. Alright, well now it's a tie, and it's gonna be random. Ah, damn it. Oh, okay, well that works. It was gonna be C anyway. Thank you for meeting with me at such short notice. The sum you offered piqued my interest. You understand why the sum is so high, though. Yes, you want me to assassinate the monarch. It is no trouble. I'm a child of the Viper. If you have the gold and you want a person dead, they are dead. Get it done. Help! Your Highness, the songstress has arrived. She's just tuning her lyre, and then she'll perform for us all. A few minutes later, the songstress sweeps into the council hall. She carries herself with incredible confidence, and immediately begins to pluck out a tune. Her music is the most beautiful thing you've ever heard. Your cheeks are damp with tears. The marshal begins sobbing. Even the spy master hides her face in her hands. Oh, I'm not singing. Once I was a nobody, but now you'll kneel before me. Stay standing. Your knees buckle and you find yourself kneeling before— I didn't hit that! I said stay standing! The rest of the council follow suit without hesitation. It wouldn't be oh, she's manipulating me. Break free the enchantment. As soon as you try, the thought vanishes immediately from your mind. Sorry, did you say something about wanting to see my treachery? You show her down to your treasury and help her shovel gleaming piles of gold into some special sacks that she brought for the occasion. How clever of her. Now forget this day completely to wrap this all up. Forget everything that just happened. You go to bed with a raging headache. When you wake up the following morning, the past 24 hours are a blur. It's a shame. It's okay, you said you liked being poor. It's a shame the songstress never arrived. I was looking forward to her performance. Me too. I suppose we can't afford such pleasant diversions right now, given the recent burglary. Oh well. This is a mess. This is looking bad, guys. Not the bees. In the east, Count D-Wag 789 and the wizard Pestia are standing atop her grim windowless tower, swept by howling winds and lashed by the rain. I notice the kingdom is still a swarm with bees. Oh my gosh, a raid! Ah! Welcome, raiders! Thank you so much for the raid, Fern. Hi, I'm Kat. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. We're playing King of the Castle. If you would like to join the game, you can join at any time with !join and your preferred pronoun. You will be sorted into one of the 3 regions. Currently the Chiefs are rebelling. They are going to kick my fucking ass. They are going to kill me dead. They've hired an assassin. I don't know about it. There are bees involved. I notice the kingdom is still a swarm with bees. What happened to our arrangement? But please, just give me a few more months. By the blood of the dead, I won't let you down. You better not, unless you want leprosy. The Count's aim is to lower all regions' combined farming to 14 or less. Okay. I can't afford to bribe the... Oh, that would kill me. Okay. Give me your money! The Count still can't start a rebellion. Grandies can. Yeah, I can't tax you now because you're rebelling. It doesn't matter. About your heir. Of course, Your Majesty refuses to get married, against my advice. There's one other thing you're missing, however, something even more important than a spouse. An heir. However, securing an heir is impossible while the kingdom is at war with itself. Defeat this rebellion, and then, and only then, is it worth looking to the future. How is he still complaining about bees? The farming... farming is still too good everywhere. So, get worse. I'll talk to you again when the realm is at peace. I can't fuck, there's too many bees! It's an evening like any other. You're sitting for dinner. Your servants heaping your table with dishes fit for a monarch. Goose tongue pie, roast boar, jellied pigeon. Ugh. Only the northern bees are slain. And of course your wine glass is never empty. Oh wait, I'm gonna die. Oh wait, no I'm not. Before you drink, one of your southern battle nuns snatches the glass from your hand. Of course, each time your drink is refreshed, your honor guard takes the first sip in case of poison. It's highly annoying. For the first time you can remember, a battle nun breaks her vow of silence. Her voice creaks from her throat like a cemetery gate swinging shut. Poison! Before your astonished eyes, the honor guard who sipped your drink turns a distressing shade of purple. Then her eyes begin bugging out like an excited pug. Stop doing that. Ignoring you entirely, she starts swelling. Swelling and swelling and swelling until... Pop! Oh my god! She explodes, showering the other honor guards, not to mention a few of your servants, with a foul-smelling purple liquid. She drank the grimace shake. Fortunately for your laundry staff, none of it splashes onto you. Explodes? Well, I say, dinner and a show. As you speak, your voice dies in your throat. One by one, the rest of your slime-soaked honor guards are turning purple. Run for it! Turn tail and flee the dining hall. Behind you, there's a series of grotesque pops as your honor guards and servants explode one by one until there's nobody left. A few hours later, you go over the horrific events at dinner with your spy. I got an achievement right now. With your spy master. Your Majesty, that must have been terribly disturbing. The popping. The horrible popping. Calm down, Your Majesty. The danger has passed. It's a very rare kind of contagious poison, known as Ainwick's Cascader. Well, I guess the counts are your honor guard by default now? No, I made them my honor guard, and they died. Just now. And whoever's touched by the remains also explodes. As you can imagine, the results can be catastrophic. We were lucky that only your honor guards and a few servants died. Who did this? One of the children of the Viper, the most feared assassins in the kingdom, no doubt hired by your enemies in the north. Ainswick's Cascader is one of their specialties intended for causing maximum chaos. We're still not sure how they access the wine cellar, but as a precaution, we're pouring away the rest of your stock. Even the very best vintages. Gutters will flow red and white tonight. Oh, not my wine. Thank you, Spy Master. We must be equally vigilant from now on, Your Majesty. I need time to process this. Of course, Your Majesty. The chiefs will stop at nothing, even murder, to bring you down. Thank the ninth for your honor guard. May they rest in peace. Things could have gone very differently. this is gonna go very well. Vast armies darken the landscape like shadows of clouds. Flags are flying. Drums are pounding in rhythm with the marching of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least, that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with your marshal. Doesn't sound like carelessly chucking away the drinks containing explodium is wise. They're just fish. Your Majesty, the army of the North is advancing on the capital, led by that treacherous cur, Chief Esperata. I have received word from the commander of our loyalist forces in the east. If they march now, they'll intercept the chiefs in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the south. It's risky, but together they'd have a higher chance of defeating the accursed chiefs. What are your orders, Your Majesty? Well, the Grandies hate my ass. But they should... I can't make them join forces, can I? The Count's military sucks dick. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll relay your orders to Count Berserker Zhang, the commander in the field. Hopefully they do as they're told. God knows, treachery can thrive on a battlefield. We have our orders, but should we follow them? No. Counts, vote. The counts are D-Wags, Berserker, and Dudesneck. What's our defiance at? 7. Oh, their defiance is at 5. Sorry, I was looking at the Grandies. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace, waiting for your marshal's return. Finally, she arrives at your throne room, looking perfectly composed. Your Majesty, as you ordered, the counts have turned their army around to link up with the Grandies. I can only hope that this was the right decision. Have some confidence, Your Majesty. Too late for doubts now. It'll all come down to the next battle, Your Majesty. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. Will prevail. That's the spirit. Now I really must be going. I have a lot to take care of. Over the next few weeks, it becomes clear the Eastern Army's retreat has given the chiefs free range to pillage and plunder the East. Rampaging northern troops descend on farms like locusts, taking everything to feed thousands of hungry soldiers. Oh no! Oh no! The farming! No! Meanwhile, shops, churches, and manors are plundered and the stolen loot shipped back to the north. While the east suffers, the eastern forces successfully link up with the Grandies. Now the joint army of the Counts and the Grandies rush to meet the chiefs in open warfare. Winner will either end your reign or preserve it. Haha, please don't kill me! Anyway, I have to go to an ad, so I will be right back in 3 minutes. Think about what you've done! Alright. Who's ready to kick my ass? Okay, let's end the season. Meanwhile, in the south, oh! Thank you. Grandy Strategist 9 has invited his closest associates to his manor house for some wine and cheese and treason. The ninth god is with us, my friend. The palace watch are in our pocket. They took our money gladly. I can barely afford to pay them a living wage. Music to my ears. Soon the throne will be ours. Indeed it will. But now we must plan our next steps. Alright, Grandies, time to vote. A. Do you want to kill the monarch and place your own claimant on the throne? Or B. Do you want to control the monarch with the threat of assassination? They both look pretty good. Killing monarchs is fun. That's a vote, like, we need a vote for Gem, a vote for B, and a vote for Decimite. How much lower would authority need to be anyways? If it hits 0, I lose. It's probably low enough for there to be a problem. B, come back! Alright, I'm gonna submit this answer. Here I go. I'm moving the cursor. Okay. It's okay. Over the next few months, we'll have our troops infiltrate the capital disguised as beggars. They'll swap places with the palace watch, one by one. Once the monarch realizes they're surrounded by our troops, it'll be too late. There'll be a helpless little fly caught in our web. Magnificent. But once we turn the monarch into our puppet, won't the chiefs and counts notice? That's why we need a strong army to make them think twice about challenging us. United with the monarch's forces, we'll be unstoppable. For the final stage of their scheme, the Grandies must raise their military to at least 9. Right now it's at 7. Stop the count might actually be useful. No! No, actually wait. Yeah, Monarch's vote is stupid. Okay. An arms merchant. Your Majesty, a merchant is here to see you. He has come all the way from Kurth, I hear. I hope he has something useful to sell me. Yes, I believe he does. Your Luminance. So wonderful to see you. I hope that you and your council are well. Alright, have a good night, Espera. Doing very well, thank you. Wonderful, wonderful. Moreover, you'll be pleased to know that the Kurth Senate have deliberated for many weeks, and ultimately agreed to extend you the offer of an arms contract. Not just any contract, mind you. The Republic has offered to sell gunpowder weapons, muskets, cannons, blunderbusses, bombards. You name it, I have it. Alright, what have you got? I've got everything your heart could desire. Cannons, good. Of course, mount them on your ships or wheel them to battle. They're as versatile as they are deadly. Those will be 1,000. Oh. Come to think of it, I don't... Oh. I can't afford that. What about muskets? I can't afford that. I understand your predicament, of course. Perhaps we can come to an agreement. You can take a deposit now, and you can pay the rest once the war is over, subject to interest, of course. Forget it. I can't afford that. Good news, Your Majesty. My spies report that after you burned their hives and killed their farmers, the treacherous chiefs have been struggling to feed their troops. Serves them right. Indeed. Now this bee business is behind us, we can focus on winning this war. A month ago, a battle was averted, but that battle cannot be postponed forever. The counts and grandees are all that stands between the chiefs and the capital. A final battle deciding the fate of the kingdom. I'll send word to the grandees that it's time to strike. Only hope that they listen to our orders, Your Majesty. Okay, grandees. Think about this. Wouldn't you want your guy to win? Look, you have a 100% chance of doing it, of winning. I think that's pretty good. Those are pretty good numbers to me. Oh no. Why is nobody voting? No! You're torn. Tear a little harder. Ah, fuck you. You send off your marshal with your orders and wait anxiously to hear the outcome of the battle. The next few days are agony. When she finally returns, she's so angry it takes her a full 20 minutes to stop swearing and making incomprehensible threats. 3 points?! And after that, I'll set fire to the ashes. Oh really? Am I giving off the slight hint of soul-consuming rage? Instead of engaging the enemy as we told them to do, the cowardly grandees and the craven counts just hung back, stayed out of the way. They allowed the troops of the chiefs to march right by, probably gave them a cheery wave. Now they're nearly at the capital. And there's no way to stop them. I'll see them flayed, battered, and served as a side dish. I'm sure they're planning similarly creative punishments for you. And at this point, they're more likely to see them through. Defenseless now, but the Northern Army will be camped outside the city walls in a matter of weeks. If we want to see the year's end, we must build up fortifications, stockpile food, train up a citizen's militia. It's time to pray to the Ninth, Your Majesty, because apart from him, we're on our own. Man, you guys are real stinkers. You know that? What's the point of this? What's the point of not stopping them? Because you're not gonna win now. Okay? Sure, I die, but your guy doesn't go up on the throne. You're too weak. It could have lowered their military. Okay, but they're not gonna win. Oh, there's a deadly disease! Come on. Your Majesty, I have good and bad news. Which would you like first? Bad news. There's an outbreak of a rare disease called Timian's pox inside the city walls. Civilians are dying by the hundreds, and it'll spread to our garrisons if we're not careful. And the good news? I have a plan for how we can use this disease against our enemies. After all, they're but a stone's throw from our walls these days. Go on. Timian's pox is spread by close contact to infected individuals, as well as through rats and fleas. It would be a trivial matter to spread such a disease to the traitors outside our walls. Devious and despicable. I love it. I knew you'd agree. Why are we voting? Hey, wait! Oh, rebellers can't vote. So... sorry. All of these fucking suck. Oh no, my one vote. I've never seen the percentage chance be not a multiple of 10. This isn't looking good, guys. But hey, I'm making a call for unity. I do! Your spy master arranges an elaborate ruse involving infected soldiers by getting captured by the enemy. Wait the results. Yay! The plan goes off without a hitch. It's not long before pox spreads through the enemy camp like wildfire. Your military went from 6 to 3, dog. And we get a point. Cough. Oh. Meanwhile, the pox spreads rapidly through the city. Having utterly failed to contain it, the death toll climbs and climbs. Furthermore, the nobles and your palace servants are also infected. Though you personally avoid the worst of it, nearly everyone in the city has lost someone by the end of the epidemic. Uh-oh! The chiefs... Take that, voters. The chiefs marched through the crownlands, pillaging and burning. The roads are heaving with refugees and corpses clog the rivers. Now the capital is surrounded. You stand on the ramparts of your palace, staring out in dismay as the army camp stretching for miles outside the city walls. Get down from there, your majesty. If they get lucky with a crossbow bolt. Is there any hope, Marshal? Only one. The counts and the grandees are still out there, your majesty. Your combined army smashed the rebels in the last battle. No, they didn't! And they can smash them again. I hope they can get here in time. Well, now I think we're doomed. As you finish your sentence, an immense trebuchet hurls a 10-ton boulder toward the capital. It crashes into a nearby clock tower, smashing it to smithereens. Like I said, your majesty, better get inside. The chiefs are digging tunnels under our walls, your majesty. By the blood of the dead, northern troops could boil up from underground anywhere in the city, even under your very throne. I've placed bronze bowls of waters inside the city walls, judging by the size of the ripples. We've worked out where the tremors are coming from. It's a rough measurement for certain, but we must act now. What would the council have me do? Well... Vote. A or C. I don't like any of these. I'm scared. Frightened. Oh, Nello, you can't vote because you're in the rebelling region, so your votes don't count because you're treasonous. Okay. I guess I'll pick. I'll flood them. Who's firing fireworks? It's Monday! After days of exploratory digging, your tunnelers meet up at the northern tunnels and frantically evacuate. I diverted the flow of the treadwater directly into the enemy tunnels, flushing away their wooden braces, along with their miners. Unfortunately, this caused the tunnel to collapse. The tunnel that was under our walls. Oh. A section of our walls... Fuck! A section of our wall partially collapsed into the resulting sinkhole, and hundreds of northern soldiers swarmed in. We fought them off, but only barely, and who knows how long the barricade will hold. Smoke would have worked. Maybe. Yeah, I bet, maybe. I mean, there's an auction, but like, what? what's the point, right? I mean, counts can try to go for the Deer Park thing. I don't know. I just feel like a sitting duck. Build a prison and then the rebels can put you in it. They're not gonna put me in prison. You know they're gonna do terrible things to me. Hard drive just retweeted me because I retweeted their article about what all of the 151 Pokemon would taste like with a screenshot of the Clefable part that said that Clefable tastes like PCP. And I said I couldn't verify that, and then Hard Drive retweeted it. Now my Twitter is exploding. I'm getting messaged by people. Continue to rebellion report. A hit tweet. Haha. Well, time to die. The sun rises on a city in turmoil. The chiefs began their assault last night, and since then you've heard nothing outside but screams and howls and the flash of blades. Half the capital is in flames. Soldiers rush back and forth, shouting panicked orders. You haven't seen your marshal since the night before. Perhaps she's already dead. The royal court is empty except for you, brooding on your throne. You wait and stew. Outside the screams and clashes get louder. Finally, your spy master arrives, out of breath, her face stained by smoke and blood. They'll be here any moment, your majesty. You must saddle your horse and escape the city. I know of a secret passage. Show me where to go. You follow the spy master down a hidden trapdoor behind your throne. The capital is lost, but you can get it back. The counts have agreed to shelter you while you plot your revenge. At least some people are loyal. After crawling down a secret tunnel for what feels like hours, you spill out into a leafy courtyard. A pair of horses are waiting. As you saddle them up, you hear a wet thud behind you, followed by the sound of something rolling across the floor. Turn around. Your spy master is lying dead on the ground. Her head is missing. Chief Esperaticat stands over the body, flanked by a dozen soldiers, her battle axe stained red. That's not you. It's Esperaticat. Never liked her. Ideas above her station. Let's talk about this. What's the point in speaking to a dead person? The triumphant smirk. Chief Esperaticat makes a sharp gesture. Northern warriors step forward, battle axes at the ready. You can pray to your false god, but it'll do you no good. Morgana has spun the fates against you. Brace yourself. Instead of killing you, the soldiers seize you and drag you back toward the palace. Your ordeal isn't over. After a week of rotting in your own dungeon, you're marched out onto a public platform, jeered at by thousands of peasants. You cringe under a barrage of rotten fruit and fresh dung. Chief Esperaticat sits in the front row, grinning. The rebels have won. The capital has been taken. You are a former monarch. Yippee! The executioner waits silently, holding an axe bigger than you. If you have any last words, now's the time. Is it too late to abdicate? Place your head on the block. The executioner lifts his massive axe. Wait, you suddenly thought of much better last words. You turn to the executioner to tell him, but the axe is already falling. Thunk. Your head bounces into Chief Esperaticat's lap, and your reign comes to a gruesome end. Not many wagons make it to Oregon. Having lost to the rebellious chiefs, Monarch Cat 2 is dragged out of the palace and decapitated in the city square. As a reward for staying loyal to the monarch, the top counts were beheaded. Whoa! In public, the survivors swore loyalty to the new regime. In private, they swore vengeance. After losing the Civil War, the grandees retreated to within their borders and immediately began plotting against the usurper. The chiefs launched a rebellion that toppled the monarch and devastated the kingdom. In the aftermath, nobody could stop them from taking the throne, and Bjarn was crowned to half-hearted cheers from the traumatized common folk. Monarch Cat 2, the Unready. Well, Esperata was the wealthiest noble, and Dutesneck was the poorest. Look at this fucking terrible kingdom. Awful. Awful stuff. And that's where we'll pick up next week. I think I'll just do this again on Monday. This is really fun. I like doing this with you guys. Let's see who's streaming today. Oh wait, let me go to my bye-bye stream. Again, I am down here. Why is this? And I'm massive. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I know it's a Monday, but, you know, brace for the rest of the week. Let's see who's streaming tonight. Wasp chant for the raid. Wasps, 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 wasps. That sounds good. I'm gonna send you over to Skullvolver. He's playing Final Fantasy 17 or Final Fantasy 14 online. If you feel like some of that stuff. And we will chant for the wasps. I hope you have a great night. Sorry, I'm just typing the wasp chant before I go. Because it's hard to spell as well. Okay. Have a good night. See you later. Bye-bye.